What's up, weirdos? This is maybe the most embarrassing controversy I've ever seen. It's not even like, oh, this person did something horrible and disgusting and I hate them. It is a girl who just blatantly was copying a bunch of people's videos who she was mutuals with and like internet friends with. And like, that's the foundation of her entire career. And her being exposed for this and like all this stuff coming out. Like when I'm watching this stuff, I'm like, how did you think this wasn't gonna happen? Her name is Yuyi Chua and she's like a fashion TikToker, but instead of, you know, having her own taste and like making things that she thinks is interesting, she just says, oh, that person made a video and it got a lot of likes. I'm gonna make the exact same video. But then she just does it like over and over and over and over again. So I'm gonna show you the first video that I saw around this situation. This is from Taylor Tominskis. And stick with me because as we're watching it at the beginning, you might, if you don't know about this situation, think like, really? But the more that we watch together, you're gonna see that like, it's not just accidental. Like this is clearly a pattern. So just go with me here.
I shouldn't be doing this. It's more attention. That's what she wants. But I have to rant. She's blocked, but she's gonna watch this on her alt account. So hi. This girl has built an entire platform off of copying other people. Not like taking inspo from someone. No, I mean like actually copying people. And I'm the main target. Yay. Let me show you what I mean. So we've seen butterfly resin tops, but this is a bow butterfly resin top.
I love a good resin top. So when I saw this bow butterfly resin top,
It's a UV reactive dress.
let's style this UV reactive dress.
It has that same pink iridescent look with all these gold accents.
See this opalescent pearly pink bag to go with. The details are
It feels like jelly.
actually like jello.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Pop, 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 pop.
No, that's the part. That's where it really sold me because I was watching the video and I'm like, okay, maybe these are just like all viral tops. Like I'm not into women's fashion TikTok. Like I don't know, maybe everybody's doing these videos. But no. When you go back to back with, oh, it feels like jello. This feels like jello. But the pop. Cut to her, same dress, different color. Oh my god. Pop. But notice how Taylor said that she's like her main target. I just want you to understand, there are so many people, and from what I've seen, I would not be surprised if every video that this girl has made is from somebody and like we just haven't found the original yet. But it's like she finds one person like Taylor for some of those videos, because one of the other main victims of this copycat is V Luong, and she made a multi-part series talking about this situation, going into the details. So most of the stuff that I'm going to be looking at is probably from that series because there's just so much stuff. Matter of fact, I'll actually play the beginning of her first video in that series so you can see what I'm talking about.
I knew one day that the internet would come for this serial content stealer and gaslighter because I was her first ever victim.
Like the fact that she can have two people who are like, yeah, I'm this girl's main victim. The fact that it's not like one or two videos. By the way, if it was one or two video, nobody would say anything. That's just be like whatever. It's just like fashion. People wear the same things. But for it to be a known thing by multiple people, it's so embarrassing to get exposed for this and have everybody know, because it's like, what are you actually contributing with your content? Now, V Luong says that she was her main target / victim. Well, I'll just let her say it.
And how do I know this? Because I was her first ever main target / victim in 2020.
So this girl has been doing it for years, like years. And there's no possible way to go into all the content since her entire career is based on this, but I just want to read what V Luong put on her close friend story that she showed. She said, I would also like to clarify that I have zero issues with taking inspiration / having similar videos. At the end of the day, people have the same ideas. I also wouldn't ever publicly expose anyone unless I'm threatened with something. But homegirl, the following things are the same / identical. The title, the caption, the hashtags, the 4 series of text in the video, the sound I use, the angle, the movements, the background. And that's what really seals the deal. It's not that she's just like taking the same article of clothing and then also talking about it, because if that were the case, then every single makeup influencer would absolutely be called out for the same thing, which is just unreasonable. So I want to show some of the parts throughout her series that she shows like all the other videos of like hers that she was copying, because it's just too much. Like this is one of the examples that V Luong shows, and it's just like a very viral video that Lucia Liu posted. It has 2 million likes. So, you know, obviously Yuyi Chua saw it. It's the same exact everything. And I know it's a costume, but it's like also the caption, also the emoji on its own for something like that. Who gives a fuck? Like that's nothing. It's just the fact that it's everything that she does. And V Luong actually had a really good way of describing how it made her feel. Like listen to how she describes what she perceives Yuyi Chua as doing.
Was trying to de-skin me and rewear my skin. Was trying to de-skin me and rewear my skin.
And I think that is such a great way to describe how that feels. Because like when I was on TikTok, I had, you know, situations where I was like, you know, I would make like a series that was so clearly my series. Like I had a series that was pretty big. I don't know. It was pretty big. No, they got like hundreds of thousands of likes, whatever. But it was Taylor Swift's exes like meeting, and it was like them having therapy for each other, because when she was like re-releasing her albums, I was like Jake Gyllenhaal being like, fuck, I thought it was over. And it was funny. It was just a fun way to do skits where I was like doing impressions of these guys and just having fun. But I quit TikTok, and like the series was popular still, but I quit it. And then like a couple months later, like like my friends started like seeing people like doing that series, and they would send it to me, and like it's a weird feeling to be making something and then to see somebody just being like, oh, well, that idea I'm just gonna do it. And like, do I give a shit? No, it's not. I don't even like I really think the jokes were that funny. Like, it wasn't even that funny. But with these fashion influencers and like a lot of these people, I think that they have like more respect for the kind of TikToks that they're making than I did for myself. Like, I don't really give a shit about my TikToks, but they clearly do. So like, I can't even imagine how much more it would feel if like that was my thing that I actually cared about. So I do see where like the emotional aspect comes in on this, where it's like it does feel like, you know, being de-skinned and somebody wearing your skin. But my thing is like, yeah, it's bad, but it's also so blatant and so obvious, and of course it was gonna come out, that I'm so like secondhand embarrassment overload in my brain looking at Yu Chua. We've barely even scratched the surface on the stuff that she's copied though. Like there's so much more. Oh god. So let's listen to V Luong for a sec.
Back in 2020/2021, I put out a viral multi-part video series called Bad Bitch Confidence Tips, and you guys might have seen it. It went super viral. In it were all my original thoughts and phrasing. I used my friend/mutual's original sound that just came out. I edited and moved into them a certain way, and I was super proud of these videos. They were one of the best manifestations at the time of my self-improvement, kind of self-love, digital big sis mission. A couple weeks later, I'm scrolling my feed and I see this. Unfortunately, she has wiped the original copies of my videos because I started DMing her and she got spooked and started changing elements and deleting videos.
I'm so embarrassed just watching that. It's like word for word, like exactly. Because that's the thing, like it's a series. Like it's a series with a title, with like a concept. Like it's not like an article of clothing that you're like, I am also having it. It's like actual intellectual property. I don't know, is that extreme? But it's literally bad bitch confidence tips in the bathroom from the same exact angle, doing the hair thing with the audio. And that's the other part of it. Look at this. This one has 130,000 likes. Like, these are popular videos. It's not like she's just copying them and it's like flopping. It's the fact that she's like actually stealing somebody's content and then getting their entire platform off of it, which I have a whole point about that I'll talk about later, but it's just absurd. And V Luong also talks about in this video how a lot of the videos that like Yu Chua was like, you know, basically stealing and copying are like deleted, because once it started coming out, she was just like, scramble. So the fact that there are so many videos that are still out there that were able to be screen recorded and found, it's like she can't have possibly deleted all the content that she stole, because that would be everything. Now this next one that she copied is tough. And it's also like worth mentioning that all the videos that she's copying have like a bunch of likes and a bunch of views. So I mean, I get it. It's like she's finding like viral popular videos and then copying them because it's like, oh well, it went viral for them, so it'll be viral for me. But it's also kind of stupid because like, yeah, so people will have the biggest chance of finding out that you stole it because people will have already seen it. I don't know. Look at this one. This is so bad. That's a level that's like just, it seals everything for me. The exact same face movement, the exact same and the caption being word for word, bar for bar. It's not like, oh, this is a trend and she just did it. It's the face movement, it's the audio, it's the literal caption that's the exact same. What are you thinking? It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. Because I can't even look at this and be like, she's so disgusting. I hate her. This criminal, awful content thief is a piece of shit. I hate her. Like, I can't even do that. Obviously, if like you're Cody Co, if you're like a predator or something, like I'm gonna talk about you like that. But if it's just, but this, it's like, it's bad. But to me, like my main emotional reaction to this, I am so humiliated for her. Like, how can you have done this to yourself? Have some self-respect. Yu Chua, have a little bit of like some sort of personality. Oh my god! I just look at it and I feel like I'm watching like it's like look at this. People are too busy obsessing over themselves to worry. Yu Chua said to care about what you're doing, so post what you want. But she switched worry to care, so can we actually call that stealing? Is that what she was thinking when she changed that word? By the way, is switching worry to care what made her have over 300,000 fewer likes? Bet she was sitting there looking at it afterwards like, damn, I thought care would be more universal. Fuck. It's the PPL, the UR, the U, the same punctuation. Like, girl, it's like you screenshot it and then just copied it. It's so blatant. And it's a screen recording, so I can't see all the hashtags and everything, but she posted this on her close friend story right afterwards saying, this girl is literally copying word for word a TikTok series of mine. LOL, same song, same text, same title, same hashtags. Same hashtags, Yu Chua? Same hashtags? How do you not have a personality to the point that you're doing like that level of it where it's not even like, oh, I was inspired by this concept. It's not even that. It's, oh my God. I'm still not over this one though. Like the exact same body movements, the bad bitch confidence tips, the bathroom doors. But V Luong called her out like in the DMs. Like she went private before she went public. Because by the way, this is all her close friend story, which influencers are definitely doing this. By the way, if I'm on any influencers like close friend story, I am seeing so much tea, so much drama, and I love it, y'all. But let's see what the messages are, because V Luong honestly did try to handle this like the right way. Like she did try to do it privately. So V said, hey girl, I just saw this reel and wanted to ask you about it since it's word for word a TikTok I made very recently. I totally understand if you feel inspired, but everything down to the song choice is the same. It is also titled the same as my series that I now have 5 parts on. I was hoping you have an explanation for this. And you responded with, hey girl, I'll be sure to tag you in posts inspired by you. That's not the point. It's not like, oh, copy everything that you've ever created. Like V Luong sits there, comes up with this concept, uses like so much of her creativity to figure something out, and is like, okay, finally. She's testing things out. Some things are working, some things aren't. She finds something that works. She posts it. Oh wait, it hits. Okay, she does another one. All of that work and all of that effort that goes into finding like a series that's actually gonna do well. And Yu Chua goes, I'll just wait here till you figure out something that works. Then I'll take that. Okay, and I'll drop a little tag. If you want to beg. It's not inspired by you if you're literally like copying and stealing it. That's the thing. If I just shot for shot remake, remember that racist Spider-Man movie? The Spider-Man movie isn't racist. It's just the director and the actor. And there was, other drama going on that set. Like if I literally just did a shot for shot recreation of it, and then in the credits was like, hey, shout out Kevin Knopf. Dang, that's a crazy plot. I just remembered that off dome. Or like if I went to Korea and cast a bunch of actors and it was like people who were living like on the lower class and they, end up going into like this upper class family and there's like a whole thing going on. And it's just a shot for shot recreation of Parasite. And in the credits I was like, big ups to Bong Joon-ho. Like it's the actual like stealing that's the problem. Actually, she's not asking for like a shout out. By the way, she's more popular than you. Like she did all the work. You can't just like steal somebody's stuff. That's what really gets me is these DMs that she's responding with. V Luong also messaged her, integrity when it comes to content creation is a thing. It is hurtful to me for someone I considered an internet friend to blatantly replicate a content series of mine down to every single aspect of the video. Did you not expect me to see it? That's the other thing. They're mutual. So what were you expecting, Yu? Like, what did you think was gonna happen? You think she was gonna see it and be like, oh, that's kind of a really big compliment. Shout out. What the fuck? No. I'm gonna try to really quickly read through another, big old paragraph that she sent to her, because this comes after Yu Chua posted another video where she did tag V, and V said, I also wanted to say thank you for tagging me, but I think you also need to understand that a lot of this doesn't feel right. The exact replica, the copying of a series, the lack of accountability, the deleting of comments, filtering out of my name, etc. If the situation was flipped, how would you feel? No hate whatsoever, because I still have respect for you, seeing as we have followed each other for a long time, but I would appreciate it if I could be extended the same respect and encourage you to also explore spinning it in a way that makes it your own. I do not want to make this public because that is not what my personal brand is about, but I'd feel better if you could give me the same respect by responding to my DMs. Now, her response, it's just so annoying. It's like so gaslighty. I hate it. I appreciate that you've reached out to me, but honestly, I've not seen attempts to open dialogue with me in good faith. Before you gave me a good chance to respond, you had already involved several of your influencer friends. After I had tagged you, there were still attempts at public callouts. I want to believe that you have meaningful intentions, but at the same time, your last message is a kindly worded threat. I mean, she's saying, stop stealing my fucking shit, or I'm going to say that you are stealing my fucking shit. It's a threat, yeah, but it's also like, if you keep doing this shitty thing, I'm gonna tell people about it because it's shitty to me. She kept going on though and said, on TikTok, many people do the same dances, lip sync to the same lyrics, and recreate the same video ideas. This is a part of TikTok culture, and that's why TikTok trends exist. You can't claim to a popular TikTok song or a popular and simple idea that appears in many videos, websites, and articles. Here's the thing. This is true. However, doing this and going like body yada yada yada, like doing that is a lot different than same caption, same thing, an original idea that this girl creates that is like a serious. Even as I'm saying it, I'm like, I don't even like. The only person who doesn't understand this is Yu. Like we're all on the same page here. It's like so clearly not the same thing. It's just like a TikTok. It's like, yeah, people will recreate the same video over and over again with different captions and like lip sync to the same audio. But if you make a series that's like called Bad Bitch Tips and then you film it in a certain way and somebody like literally copies it word for word, same audio, same hashtag, same caption, and then also the rest of her content is like that for other creators too. It's like, you don't have a personality. You don't have a brand. Why do you think that you deserve to get views? Like why do you think that you deserve to be able to do this? But there's another creator that she was stealing stuff from, and the comparison videos on this one are just like, it's unreal. So I want to show this clip before I talk about it anymore, because there's like even a little bit more context.
Running around copying and stealing everyone's videos, including my own. And I don't mean she took a little bit of inspiration here and there. No, she was copying videos word for word. perfect. For example, this is the first video that I ever made a little less than 2 years ago, and then she went and made the same exact video a few months ago. Take a look.
First things first, your cards. We don't have space for a wallet, so the cards are just gonna go in without one.
First up, we have cards. Obviously, can't go anywhere without these, and we have no space for a wallet, so these go right in.
Wow, can fit a lot in this bag.
Oh, it fits so much more than I expected.
And then there's one more that was included in one of V Luang's videos that I want to show. This one right here, like where she's copying everything about how they did that diesel skirt like video thing. My take on this whole situation is if I saw one of these comparison videos, I honestly wouldn't buy it. Like I would honestly be really skeptical, and I would just think that somebody's being, you know, a little bit like overreactive. Like this might be maybe not actually that, like maybe that's actually not what's happening. But the fact that there are so many comparisons and it's always Yuyi posting something after somebody else has posted it like 2 months before, and that video has gone viral, and she's copying the pose, the text, the captions, the hashtags, the audio, the face movements, and then seeing her in the DMs basically admitting that she's just like, well, this is what TikTok is. Like what I'm doing with that series is just what everybody on TikTok does. And it's the thing that like bugs me about this is people like her feel entitled to the attention that they get from these videos. Like they feel entitled to be able to get these views and likes, and they're like, no, it's fine. If I do this, I'll get a bunch of views and likes, and like, yeah, so I'm gonna do it. Their mind doesn't go to, well, is the thing that I'm doing kind of shitty? Because she's clearly not taking into account the amount of work that these original creators have to do to make that video even happen, and how many videos they make before one of them actually hits. Like, you don't deserve attention. Your work shouldn't be, let me scroll through all of my mutuals videos and see which one popped up. Okay, it was that one. I'm gonna copy it. Okay. Oh, this one popped up. Okay, I'm gonna copy that one. What about this one? Oh, that one popped up. I'm gonna copy that one. That's the work that she does, and she's still getting like a bunch of views, a bunch of likes. And Vlong also said, like this part of the video, she's showing that she has hundreds of thousands of followers. She's getting millions of views. She's making enough money to buy these expensive ass clothes. But also, she was taken to Coachella and New York Fashion Week and like getting sponsors and stuff for that. So it's like she's actually profiting off of other people's work. And like there's a way that you could go about doing this where you're like, oh, you're inspired by somebody, you're scrolling through and you're like, oh, that's a really cool top, oh, that's really cool. And I think if that was the content she was making, where she was like looking at her like mutuals stuff that they're doing and being like, oh, I want to do this, I honestly don't think that anybody would have a problem with it if she was just genuinely like, oh my god, I saw that so and so got this top and I was so excited to try it, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Like just that, I don't think that anybody would actually be mad at her for that. But not only is she not doing that, she's also copying the phrasing that the people are like reviewing those products. She's copying their phrasing and their captions and the audios, and then also doing things that aren't fashion related, that are just like skits, and like fully copying like the skit type shit that these other people are doing. And that type of person gets under my skin so much because they're the type of influencer who thinks that they like deserve this and they think they can get away with anything, and they're like, what's so wrong with that? Who even cares? Like, what's so bad about that? If you can't see what's bad about that, if you can't see why people would watch you doing that and feel like frustrated about that, then it means you only care about yourself and you have a very egocentric worldview. It's so like transparently, you just think that you deserve the views and the attention and the followers and the likes, and it's like, you're not actually getting the followers and the likes. That's the thing that these people need to understand. You're just taking somebody else's shit, and then their ideas, their personality, because is the thing that's actually, you know, getting lifted up. And you know what? Honestly, I'm sure that she has a bunch of ideas that are her own that she makes. But if a significant portion of your content is just copying and stealing stuff, like the other content that you're making, it doesn't really matter when you're just somebody who does that, because you no longer are a genuine person. But more than anything, it's just so funny because like I'm upset about it, but I'm also just thinking about like, you're friends with these people, they're watching these videos. Does she not think that they know what she's doing? Everybody knew what she was doing because everybody was like talking in like their close friends and in the DMs and like these other group chats without her in it, being like, what the fuck is wrong with her? It's so embarrassing. It's like, it's probably the most embarrassing like scandal I've seen that's like, it's honestly pretty low stakes. Like, she didn't do any crimes or anything. Unless you want to, like, you know, sue her for intellectual property theft. Which, I mean, if you want to go that crazy, I mean, you might. But it's just so humiliating because obviously if you're copying things word for word, bar for bar, angle for angle, shot for shot, it's like, yeah, the people who you are friends with, who you're copying, are gonna feel bad about that and not like you. Oh my god. But yeah, she, you know, she deletes her comments, she deletes videos, and she tries to, like, cover it up and hide it. And you know what? If you hear about this story, I just can't imagine that you would actually want to follow her, because like what are you following for? Like, why wouldn't you just follow the people who she's copying? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like there were guys on TikTok who used to like literally recreate skits, and they would be like, well, you know what, I'm just an actor, and I'm actually making the material better. Shut the fuck up. People like that are just, it's just a person with way too much ego. Like, way too much ego. By the way, how can you have ego if you're doing this? Your self-perception, you just have to have your blinders on and just be like, well, and go that way through your entire life, just like ignoring the fact that you are doing this shitty thing. I don't know, but that's my thing. It's also like people like this, you know, they can be better. Like she can be better. She can stop doing this shit. I hope she stops doing this. And if this is a wake up call for her and she's like, you know what, I actually can see everybody's perspective on me might have a little bit of truth to it. Yeah, if she can see that and then like just make original content for, you know, the remainder of her career, I'm sure she'll be fine. But it's like, I'm looking at this and I just feel so humiliated and so much like secondhand shame that she clearly doesn't feel. So why am I feeling shame if she's not feeling it? I don't know, girl. You, if you're watching, please feel shame or guilt for like a month and then like really try to readdress, you know, your entire personality and who you are as a person online, because golly, I don't know, it's just so funny to me. But yeah, that's Yu Chua. She'll steal your content and then gaslight you and be like, what? I ain't what? So what? So what? It's just same as lip syncing. What? And we love her, don't we, everybody? I mean, no, but I love you. I do it's like, please subscribe.
When I say I love you, it's like, okay, honestly, when I'm talking to the camera, I genuinely do feel like there's like a little bit of like a parasocial relationship, because part of the way that I do YouTube videos is like, when I first started, I was looking at the camera and I was like imagining my dream audience of like, oh my God, who I want to watch my videos. And then I would just talk to that, you know, person back when nobody was watching my videos. And then eventually, you know, like the people who like my content, like the audience that I was talking to ended up coming. No, but anyways, I just want to say like, I really do appreciate y'all. And it's so validating to see like people who like follow me are like actually like cool people who I like. So what the fuck am I talking about? Shut the fuck up.